Can't.
We are live.
Okay. Hello, everybody. This is Angie and Yashica, and I'll let Angie go ahead with the admin stuff. We are a little bit late. We apologize. Technical difficulties. We know how that is. But guess what? This is the third show? Is that right, Angie?
This is the
Third week,
third
third
show.
show on our way to perfection. It's coming.
And
One.
obviously, we have some good stuff to say because we keep having these technical difficulties. So, you know how the devil is when you got some good stuff going.
That's
So,
right.
so welcome to Conversations for the Soul, one good sip at a time with Dr. Angie and Yashica B, the Motivator. We will dive into some delicious or maybe not so delicious conversations about real issues, real talk, real women. You are invited to actively participate by contributing your thoughts, your insight, or your questions. So, as we go ahead and get started, I just wanted to give Yashica B the opportunity to say hello, and we will see you right now. We are ready.
Hello, everybody. Again, if you want it, I look down because I'm trying to share it to my page. So it takes a little bit longer for me to do it because we're going from one page to another. But some of you who are doing podcasts and Facebook Lives and StreamYard and who else out there? It's about 1,001 other ways that we can go. You understand what we're talking about. But those kinks will be worked out. Hi,
Yes, all
Winnie.
right, Winnie.
Thank you for joining us.
Hey, Winnie.
So, okay. So today we're going to talk about a couple of area of topics today, but it's going to all end up being one topic. And a different way to go with it. For one, yes, I have new hair. And do you think I should have put the picture up that I sent you last night?
Oh, no, honey. I think you look beautiful right now.
It's never a dull moment. Are you sure we don't need to share that picture with everybody?
No, I think you look beautiful right now.
Okay. As we're giving a chance for some people to come on, we just talk about a few things, or just laugh about a few things, I should say, with the hair. So I decided to do something different with my hair, and Angie asked me last night to go live. I mean, to come on. I'm like, now? So I sent her a picture of the now moment, and I tell you, man, if I could have seen her face on the other side, it's
Yeah,
something
that was
awesome.
an interesting picture. I didn't recognize her. I'll just say that. I was like, is that Sheikah?
Yeah, there are a few
It
people who
was a
think,
little scary, but we all had those moments. So,
yes, yes,
but the good
that's
thing
all about
is,
being authentically you. So look at this. I'm sipping from my cup.
very nice. Why don't you talk about your cups for a moment?
Okay, this is a cup that I made. It's about us Conversations for the Soul. I do make custom cups here at the home. I like what I do and how I got started in that because I like cups and I like coffee cups with sayings. I love coffee cups that have inspiration or it's just something different. I just don't like a little standard coffee cup. So with that being said, I said, you know what? I kept looking at them, looking at them, looking at them. I said, why not I start making some cups? And that's what I've done, making coffee mugs and travel cups. So this is mine, Conversation for the Soul. Angie has one coming to her soon. And who knows, there might be a lucky audience participant tonight that just may get one of these.
Wouldn't that be nice? I love
Mhm.
it. It's beautiful. And that just goes to show you one more layer of my sister, Sheikah B. She is a very talented young lady, and she's going to keep these conversations coming and keep them being
Juicy.
lively, exciting. And as I said, some of them will be sweet and some of them will be savory. So that's the piece about our cups for now. I'm assuming that everyone can hear us. Can you all hear us? Winnie, can you hear us?
I hear you. I hear you. I hear you.
I am streaming.
I
All
hear
right.
you.
So,
Hey, Anush, my sister's on here too.
all
Hi.
right. Way to go, Sheikah. Here you go.
They said, Winnie said, yes, we can hear.
Perfect.
Okay, tonight's conversation, we want to talk about the inauguration, women and pearls. The inauguration, women and pearls. The inauguration for me was one of those moments that we just had to sit back and say, ah, it was so many things, so many nuggets that came out of it that really showed us where we're moving as a nation, how far we've come as a nation, and how far we have to go as a nation. But I wanted to ask a question that I realized when it came about the chucks and pearls. I was like, what is that? Someone asked me to make a shirt for that day on Monday. It was like a quick thing. I said chucks and pearls. So I was looking it up. I said, I was clueless because I wasn't following that part of the social media. Look, I'm supposed to be on top of that stuff. So what it was Kamala Harris, Vice President Kamala Harris, wears Chucks, which are the Converse, the old school Converse, and she wears pearls. Now the pearls represent something, and I think those pearls meant more to some women than it meant to others. But in reality, after I was making the shirts and I thought about the pearls, I don't even own a pair, but hey, I know one of my lucky listeners is gonna sure send me a pair. However, I wanted to ask Dr. Angie because she did something last week that was like a scoop, whatever it was. But I know it represents something. But I want to ask Dr. Andrew, what is the history behind pearls?
Okay, so they're in the Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated that world. Pearls, the pearls are 20 pearls, and they represent the 20 founders. Mm-hmm. Because Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated was founded on January 15th, 1908. Mm-hmm. And during that time, it started out with 20 women. It actually started with 9 women and then grew to the 20 before they incorporated. So those 20 women is what's represented by the pearls. So when you hear them say 20 pearls, they are referring to the 20 founders of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated. But for me, that's a big piece of it. But the overwhelming piece of a pearl is its beauty and its sophistication. Mm-hmm. And it just represents richness. And it represents that because back in the day, that's what women wore to signify that they had made it, that they mm-hmm. that they were there. And the other piece of the pearls is we're all connected. Mm-hmm. And a strand of pearl shows how connected we are, because one of those pearls is not a strand without all of them being connected. So I see that as being part of it. Okay. But the beauty of a pearl mm-hmm. is that it is derived from an irritant. An oyster creates a pearl because something got into it that shouldn't be there. That is, it's discomfort, it's pain. It's something that the pearl does not want. So it wraps it in what we now know as pearl, but it wraps it in this saliva-like solution. And I do not recall the name of it, but that solution then hardens. And when it hardens, it becomes a pearl. So why I like pearls is because it shows us that even though something has bothered us, it's caused us pain, it's caused us discomfort, we still can walk away from there knowing that somehow it impacted us and made us better. It made us the beautiful women that we are. No matter what color we are, no matter what shade of African American we are, because sometimes people want to delineate that. So whatever we are, whether we are white, black, brown, tan, yellow, it doesn't matter. When you put on a strand of pearls, it just adds an immediate sense of sophistication. And with that sophistication, you know that a woman wearing pearls has probably been through something. Mm-hmm. And that's because every woman has been through something. So if you get to the age where you can get yourself a strand of pearls, you know you've been through something. But it's just like a reminder to me. It's a reminder that I've been through some things. And yes, I have been through some things. But in going through those things, the beauty comes out of it. And, you know, a lot of people don't know that pearls come in various colors, too. They're not just white. There's black pearls, there's pink pearls. Pearls come in a lot of variety of different colors.
Yeah. What I'm taking from that, especially that last piece, that pearls come in a variety of colors. And when I mentioned earlier that inauguration women pearls, but they was going to collectively come together, and you just summed it up because you did say something that a pearl has to be strand with another pearl to make a string of pearls. So that's, to me, that shows unity,
Yes.
and it also shows strength collectively together. And then also you said that something painful or something that was going to be cast out maybe with the oyster, but it turned into something beautiful. So the pain into power into beauty. And I do believe that is one of the, just listen, I've never heard that. That's why I asked you, because I never heard that. But
Okay.
just listening to you, that really gave me just something to think about as far as how powerful pearls are and how powerful the unity of women on last Wednesday. Because I know we started off with the AKA, which is, I'm not even gonna try, but it's a sorority that Miss Dr. Angie
Yes,
belongs
Alpha
to.
Kappa Alpha
Yeah,
sorority.
and your colors are pink and green,
Correct.
correct? However, we had all sorts of colors, again signifying something more than just, hey, this is a string. These pearls meant something, and I get it now. They really meant something to the women who were donning the pearls, because I was so elated to see on Facebook after I watched the inauguration all the different pictures of women, of little girls of all colors, shapes, sizes, from different places wearing the pearls. And the ones that could not represent the pearls, they had the shirts on that said Chucks and pearls, and all different shapes, sizes, colors, nationalities. It was really powerful to see that. And again, now knowing the history, and to say, okay, those pearls, I see why the pearls are something like a chosen stone
Yeah.
of a
A
woman,
gem. Yeah.
a gem,
Yeah.
yes, of a woman, because it does show a history. It shows a path. It shows greatness. It shows strength. It shows her power. It shows her diversity. It
Yeah.
shows her likeliness and her ability to unite.
Yes.
That's awesome.
And I think that it's very beautiful that you picked up on that and spoke about that, because that's what it is. It is a collection. I know some women had pearls that represent, because pearls come in all different shapes, sizes, lengths. I have some giant pearls. I mean, so they're all different,
Mhm,
and it allows a woman to be unique,
mhm,
yet all at the same time connected. And that's what I love about it. So to see all of the different pearls, because even when we hear pearls, people generally think a strand of pearls, a string of
mhm,
pearls that,
mhm,
you know,
mhm.
they're a certain shape or size. Like I don't know if you all can see this. My pearl earring. I had my pearls on and broke them putting them on for the show. So
Mhm. Uh-oh.
so anyway, um, that's just how the devil is. The devil is always busy. But
Mhm,
in looking at pearls, it was really nice to see how many different varieties. And even Kamala Harris, uh, Madam Kamala, when she wears pearls, they're always different. She always has a different kind of pearl on, whether it's
uh-huh,
mixed with jewelry, whether it's large, whether it's small. It's the point of the matter. Like, you can still be yourself
mhm.
and yet be connected to others. So I just think that that's just a little piece that we can add in there.
And what about the pearls being a symbol of all those things we said, and yet elegance? Oh, unique and connected. I like the Esavera.
And oh, thank you very much, Anush. Anush said that solution that I was trying to remember the name of is
Uh-huh.
Nakra. So
Nakra.
thank you
Okay.
so very much for that.
Thank you. And like we said, you'll learn something, something to take away, something to have another conversation about when you're watching Conversations for the Soul, because that's the goal. The goal is for conversation not to stay just between Angie and I, but for a conversation for you to take on further. So how great is that to have a conversation about the pearls? Something that
Yeah.
I just learned, because I did not know that. I did know that they came from the oysters. I didn't know the substance. I didn't know how that came about, and which making the pearls and being unique in the different colors. I didn't know that you could have black pearls.
Yes.
So I may go down here in my drawer and actually have something, thinking that, oh, I didn't think they were pearls, but yet they just may be because I, for whatever reason, I don't wear a lot of jewelry, but I buy it over
They're
the
very
years.
rare, but yes, you can
Hmm.
definitely have them.
Hmm.
Yep.
So again, if somebody's out there and you want a gift, Yashica, with this baronet, I can't be bare all the time. I'm
I
just saying.
love it. I was going to say something in the movie with about them going to NASA, the going to the oh my gosh, the women. Oh my gosh, why can I not think of it? The you know what I'm talking about, the movie. I took my kids to see that movie 175 times.
And the women were going to NASA.
They helped with the
Hidden
launch.
Figures.
Say it again.
Hidden Figures.
Hidden Figures, yes.
Yes.
Do you
Yes.
remember the scene in there where they
Yes.
had a discussion about the pearls?
No, but I will now because now
Yeah,
it's
go
like,
back and review that because that was a nice little, a quick reminder about kind of where pearls come from.
mhm.
And if you recall, at the end, she gives her some. So
Okay, okay, no, but I definitely will get back in there. I would say Dr. Gray and Keith Davis, both of them answered that to try to say, okay, Hidden Figures, we got it. Thank you.
yes,
Now,
thank
Angie,
you.
but we have the pearls. Now, what about when you threw those chucks in there? What's going on with the chucks?
So with the Chucks, I would not have known what that was for, but I did see an interview with Madam Harris, and what she said was that she just liked them. She said they're comfortable for her. But for me, when I see Chucks, I'm thinking, man, I'm here to take care of some business. I ain't trying to be cute. I'm trying to get the job done. That's what I think of when I see them. But Madam Harris said that she wears them because they're comfortable. She can get to where she needs to go quickly. She doesn't have to take, a bunch of time trying to walk in heels and all that. So everything has its place. We have heels that have their place. The pumps, pumps have their place. I love high heels. I wear high heels all the time. Well, before the pandemic, I loved high heels. so, but to have on a pair of Chucks, they come in every color. You can just wear them with anything. You can dress them up, dress them down, because people wear them. They bedazzle them. So again, it just speaks to our ability to be unique. It speaks to our role as women, because we sometimes have to run the good mile. And as we're running that mile, we need to be able to be dressed and ready prepared for the occasion.
Yes.
And some of the time it's just not about being cute. Sometimes it's about getting it done.
Getting it done, yes. I can say with the Chucks, I just remembered what initially was the Harlem Globetrotters. I don't know why. Those came
Yeah.
a couple of years ago when they were starting to come back. I bought a pair just because I saw them, coming back. It's like the clothing, the history repeats itself. It's coming back around, and unfortunately, Ghost. Iris Davis. Unfortunately, Ghost decided that was one of the items he wanted to practice teething on. So he chewed those, and I was gifted another pair from a friend of mine, Andrea Robinson Neal. So I did have an opportunity to wear a pair of Chucks that day. I relate more with the Chucks, the tennis shoe girl, because I'm not a heel girl. I'm not a dressy girl. I always say I'm kind of rough around the edges, but I relate more to the Chucks. But I did enjoy Wednesday watching and seeing, and then all the ladies it was just amazing. It was really, really nice. Now,
It was when I was out at the stores. I was shopping that day, and grocery shopping, and uh, early in the morning, women were coming in with their pearls on. It was like, okay, I see you, and I think part of it was being excited about being able to wear pearls to the grocery store because we've been closed in for so long. So, so I did see a lot of that. And the other piece to it is we all want to be connected. Connection is important. And when you are wearing, which is why sororities are what they are and fraternities are what they are, all of these organizations, they're about connections. And even, to be honest with you, even gangs, they do it because they want to be connected. Everybody wants to feel like they are a part of something, which I think will ultimately benefit us in this thing that we are trying to heal and repair from in our nation right now. I think that unity is going to be restored because we do all want to be part of something. And we have the perfect opportunity to be part of a unified healing right now. So I just think it's a good thing for us to look for little small glimmers of hope. And I just see everybody wearing those pearls as a glimmer of hope.
Yes, I do as well. And I also see too that women, wow, we're just doing it. Not that we haven't always been doing
Amen.
it, but I just feel like, you don't want to claim a year with something. It's just like women are resilient, they're powerful, they're strong, and they bounce back and against all adversity, and they still stand up and stand proud and can hold their heads up and say, "Hey, I've been there, done that," and still pick up another one, lift your head up, and say, "We can do this together." And I do believe that if we're going to heal, I honestly think it's going to be through the women, and have a you not now men. That's not saying you guys need to sit down, no, because I'm holding you accountable. I got a couple things that we need to talk about with these men out here teaching opportunities and all kind of stuff. But that's gonna be another show.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm
That
with
one we're
you
gonna bring
there.
some of you guys on for that panel discussion because we need to talk about some things that we slipping at, but what we can do better. We can all do better, of course. We can all improve and do better. I do want to just go ahead and just talk about. We had an impactful week last week and the other day that these sisters are getting it. Yes, yes, Dr. Gray,
We
they are
definitely are.
getting
We are
it.
really, women are really doing their thing. And that's a
And,
beautiful thing.
and I'm glad. I'm also happy to see that men are not afraid or ashamed to say yes, they are doing they're doing it. They're getting it together. They're putting their best foot forward. They're leading. They're stepping into areas that they've never been in, and they are rocking it. They're doing what they have to do. That's right, Esavera. That 5 to 9 CEO. We all want to be a part of something, anything to bring us together. Absolutely, absolutely. And we had a women have always been the strength for men to step forward. Absolutely. Oh, thank you, Kate. I wish I could hear you holler that.
We are the backbone.
Backbones, yes, and what is I don't know if this is written, but I heard behind every good man is a what? I mean, I'm just saying
A good woman, not just a woman, but a good
a
woman.
good woman. So we gonna. I don't have
I
like I
know,
can't
Dr.
talk
Gray, I
about
better
it, but
see a comment from you.
huh?
I said, I know I better see a comment from Dr. Gray. You better hurry up and get that up there.
You sound like you done been called out, Dr. Gray. We waiting on that one.
Oh, now he want to be quiet.
Absolutely. Now you want to be quiet. I am just grateful that we are actually taking our rightful place, and we're not saying it's been given because we had to fight hard to get here, but we are definitely taking our rightful place, and the men are recognizing that hey, we're stronger, we're better side by side. You're not leaving us behind. We're not trying to walk in front of you. We can still hold you up and be a solid foundation, and we can still do this together. You don't just because my light is shining, I'm not trying to dim yours. And if your light shining, you don't have to. We're just not doing that. We're just going to work together and get it done. And I think what we have right now with a male president and a female vice president, I think that's showing the nation that hey, together we think differently, but we accomplish a lot. When there are two together, you can accomplish so much more when you're on the same sheet of music and you're working together, not against one another, not trying to outdo one another, respecting each other's opinion, respecting each other's just rights to speak and not to speak and to think. Now, we don't all have to think alike. We don't all have to agree, nation, United States, world, but we can still coexist and we can still get things done by just having a different mindset. Now, what's one thing about I was reading renew your mind, right? We always have to renew the mind. And what better way is if you have someone who thinks differently and then you think together and then you just bring out the likeness. You don't have to say, okay, I'm exactly. No, you just bring out the likeness and make it work. And I do believe that what we see now is going to be a good solution. I said, or a good team, a great team, and then perhaps with the differences and the diversity, it's going to be a great team. But a lot of people whom are already trying to be negative against the situation, you can't expect change if you don't allow change.
Amen.
You can't.
Amen.
And so I hear a lot of people say, "Oh, why now? Why not now? If
Yeah,
not now,
that's
then
a better
when?"
question.
Ma'am, what's that?
That's the better question.
Yeah.
Why not now?
Why not now? Why
Because
not
we are 400 years overdue.
now?
At least 400 years overdue.
That's right.
Um,
Somebody said, "Oh, they have a Proverbs 31 woman." That's what I'm talking about.
See, I was going to let that slide. Yes, Proverbs 31.
That's
And
right.
he says, why not
Why
now?
not now?
Yes, the why not now is so true. And I love this. Miss Pele
Right.
put up there, you can't expect change if you don't allow change.
That's
And
right.
more importantly than that, or not more importantly, but also to add to that, to
Mhm.
piggyback on that, you can't expect change if you don't change.
Exactly.
You have to be willing to change.
Exactly.
If you're not willing to change yourself, change is not going to come on a global picture. We all have to be willing to reflect
Mhm.
and pivot.
Mhm.
That's something that we really need to know how to do. How can I be better? How can I be a better person?
Mhm.
How can I contribute to society, contribute to the universe? How can I do better?
That's right. Because today I should be better than I was yesterday, and tomorrow should be. Go on. Hey. Yes, I should be better today than I was yesterday, and I should be better tomorrow if I'm on this side of the dirt than I was today.
That's it.
And that's in absolutely everything we're doing, whether we are speaking, whether we are simple as reading. You should read better today than you did yesterday. We talked about reading last week. Dr. Gray gave us a lesson on that reading. So then,
Yes,
and
I actually have a list for us. I'm gonna ask that people drop their emails into Messenger for me, and I will send you a very nice list that I got from a gentleman who is a well-read gentleman regarding African American experience. So send me your email address, and I'll make sure you get that.
mm-hmm. Just like Mr. Davis says, you can't fix anything if you are broken.
Come on, Mr. Davis. Come on, Mr. Davis.
I
That's
agree with you.
perfect. I love it. That's like going to, fix something with a broken screwdriver. That screwdriver is not going to do you any good if it's broken.
That's right. That's right. But going to the point to where even when if you recognize that you're broken, to know that you still can heal and still color, especially if there's a broken crayon, you can still
Come
color.
on now.
There's still stuff in you, even if you're broken. But what we want to do is acknowledge, okay, the issues. There's something going on. Acknowledge and accept it, and then ask for it and pray for an intentional deliverance. Don't get me talking about my paid in full living here, because that's because that's
Come
one of the
on.
things when we look at ourselves and you do see that you're broken, or say that you might have some areas that you can improve on. Acknowledge it.
Yes.
Acknowledge it. But you
Yes.
can't stay there. You have to acknowledge it and you have to move. You can't let that be an excuse. It's not an excuse to be this way or that way. It's an excuse. I'm not even saying an excuse to give. It's a reason to do better. Still, we should do better today than we was yesterday. My, the,
Oh, sorry.
I, that's my favorite and the best photographer. She's talking about Mr. Davis.
All right.
Absolutely. Let me give a shout out to Special Moments Photography, Mr. Keith Davis. He is here in Columbia, South Carolina, and yes, he is one of the best out there.
Special moments.
Special Moments Photography. I think if he put it in the so he's once you come here, Angie, that's who we're going to set up to do our headshots with, and also I wanted to set it up as well for that special photo that we were talking about. Special Moments Photography. That's right. That's right. Thank you, Mr. Davis. He's on there. Oh yeah, he posted. Yeah. Oh, that's you. I was like, oh, he posted. No, that was you.
That was me.
That was you.
He should put his contact information up there for us. Mr. Davis, put your contact information up there for us so we can see it and you can let some people know what you do. So that's part of what Conversations for the Soul is about too, is
Yes.
about making connections in in the business that we have that we do on a daily basis, our daily business, our daily life. How can we all be connected? So that's part of it.
That's right. And one thing I can say that I do want to, since we did go there, because this is a different type of show. We will have conversations, so we will it's just at any given moment shout out to somebody. And one thing about Mr. Davis, I can say, over the last 3 years, if I ask him third moment, last minute when I was working with the boxes, we need photos. He's just okay. What day do you need? It's just always make yourself available, and you appreciate people like that. And that's what we
Absolutely.
have to make sure and guys out there, be sure you let those people know thank you when they do things for you that they don't necessarily have to do. Say thank you.
Yeah.
Stop. So because I think we need to show more gratitude as well.
Oh, come
More
on. That's a
gratitude.
whole conversation by
Yeah,
itself.
it's a whole conversation by itself. But I'm telling you, we need to be thankful, grateful, the blessings that we have, and just a random person say thank you. Thank you for smiling. Just so we can just spread that love and let that get around a little bit more. The great
Yes.
gratitude.
Yes.
Atti-
I
have the
believe
attitude of
our
gratitude.
sister Kelly has that topic, that very topic coming up for our upcoming summit. That,
Mm,
yeah,
yes, we do have one. Is that the Power Talk?
that is the Power Talk 2021.
That's right. It's coming up here in a couple of weeks. Is that right? A few weeks?
It is. I believe it is February 20th, I believe. Not certain. I'm going to have to check that out for you. I'm going to be working on that. Uh-oh. Here's the information we need. Uh-oh. Power
Power
Talk
Talk
2021.
2021.
That's not what I was trying to get. I was trying. Here we go.
There you
Special
go.
Moments Photos. And you can go to Facebook to Special Moments Photos. So please check it out. Check out Mr. Davis at Special Moments Photos on Facebook.
Thank you, Mr. Davis, for that. We don't mind giving plugs.
That's it. February 20th for the show.
Very much
2
do.
p.m.
Mhm.
All right. Good stuff.
Let's see. Do we have any questions out there? Do we have anything before we move on to something else?
So, are there any questions from anyone regarding the pearls, regarding connection? We talked about a lot regarding gratitude. We've talked about a lot. Any questions? We've been getting some lovely comments and we appreciate the comments. So keep the comments coming. Thank you.
And be sure you like and share our page. We have a Facebook page. We have a YouTube channel. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Like and share. Like and share. Like and share. 'Cause that's where we're at. We're at now. That's what the pandemic has brought us to. You hear that a lot. Like and share. Like and share. Like and share. Okay, well, I'm saying it too. Did I say it 5 times in a row? Like and share. Like and share. Okay, so yes, like and share. Like and share. We want to grow our audience because in a month or two, we haven't set the date exactly, but we will be going syndicated. We would go a little bit further than this, and we're happy about that. So we
Yeah.
definitely want you guys to like and share. We have been connected to some really great people. Last
Before we go on to a new topic, if I could please, I want us to give some homage to Miss Amanda Gorman.
oh yes, oh yes,
She was the orator, the poet laureate at the inauguration. And when I tell you, she made me proud. She
yes,
made me proud. I did
yes.
never heard of that young lady until the day of the inauguration.
Mhm.
And oh my goodness, she blessed us. If you didn't get a chance to catch her, do her poetry recitation, please make sure you go somewhere. I don't know if it's on
Google it,
YouTube or where it
YouTube
is.
it. It's all over the place. YouTube it.
Yes.
It's memes on it. But that the last phrase, if I can remember correctly, about like letting your light shine. You're not afraid to let it. You know what I'm talking about? Dim your light, not too bad. It's I don't remember exactly, but anyway, we gotta let our light shine. We can't be afraid to be a light in darkness. We cannot
Yes.
be afraid to stand up for what we believe in and to really talk about it, be about it, and just do our business. We have to, as a people, as women, as men, we need to police each other up. That's a term we used to use in the military. It means to clean them up, clean up your area, police up your area. And I do believe if we had done that over the last 4 years, then we wouldn't be as bad as we are. And now it seems that we are we are stretching across the lines where now we have support from different people to say, you know what, we see that something's wrong here. So let me police my brother, my sister up, whether they're the same shade or not the same shade. Because one thing we do know, and we always want to talk about this black, white, race, but one thing we do know, and like we said with the pearls, the diversity, the unity, is you just cannot survive without it. Yes, she did put a smile on everyone's face. Talk about bringing everyone together. Can anybody find that last line?
I'm looking for it now.
That last line, that
I'm
last
working on it.
stanza of her poem, that was just the icing on the cake. That was the dot. Let me see. That's a T to cross. I'm gonna leave that alone because I don't know what I'm trying to say. We're gonna leave that one alone.
Oh, that's funny. I had this poem up here now. I'm telling you, the devil is just so busy all the time.
Oh, but we gotta start giving him credit. Hey, you know what? It is what it is. It's never a dull moment. That's living.
Yeah, so the line that I believe you were speaking to reads as follows. The new dawn blooms as we free it, for there is always light, if we're brave enough to see it, if only we're brave enough to be it.
That's it. That right there summed everything up.
Yeah.
Absolutely everything. It was so powerful. Even what you're reading, it just sent chills. When she said it was chills. Oh, Esther was getting it too.
Thank you, Esther. Appreciate that. Yeah, so that was it. I'm telling you, if you have not seen it, and even if you have seen it, go back and look at it a few more times. Because every time I listen to it, I hear something new. I'm like, wow, and profound.
Yes.
Profound. This young lady, 23 years old, and she was able to, as we spoke about a little bit a while ago, she was halfway finished writing the poem when the insurrection took place. She said she had to stop and pivot. We just spoke about pivoting. We have to be willing to pivot. Now, she said she had two. I watched her in an interview. She said she had two opportunities. She said one opportunity, she could have used that as an excuse to scratch the whole thing, or what she did, incorporate it and make it part of the story. And that's what she did. So I'm so very proud of her. She did an amazing job. And I know that she is going to be a name that we will forever hear. It will be etched in the stones of our hearts, our minds, and our history books, because right now we're living in historical times.
Absolutely. So. Yes, this last week has been historical from, that's it, be the light. That's right, be the light. We have to be the light. No matter what it looks like, it has to work in our favor, and we have to be the light. And we can't be afraid.
Yes.
Look, I'm looking down, guys, because I'm looking at comments, because I made my screen big so I can sit back and pretend like so I don't have to read them right. So I was looking down, and it says Yashica Broughton Mac is watching with you. I said, "Oh wait, that's." I was just like, wait. I was like, wait a minute, how was she?
That's funny.
Oh my goodness! So it's like I guess I shared it, but it's just
you are
the things that tickle me. Okay, I'm practicing more laughter. You see, so that's just to have fun and live life. We gotta laugh, because it's never a dull moment. We have to laugh more. We have to smile more. We have to just do more to just shape the atmosphere to be.
Yes, and brighter. When you speak of laughter, that one's important to me. I love to laugh, number one, but more importantly than that, laughter is such a powerful tool that it's direct. It's even in the Bible. The Bible speaks about laughter being the medicine of the earth. So it's important that we laugh. We can't take life so seriously all the time. We just need to laugh. I try to make it my business to make sure I laugh every day. And I love that Esther says you have to be able to laugh at yourself. And that's so important.
I do it all the time, especially if you had seen me last night.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I
And then
laughed. Let me tell you, you had me on my knees crying. I was just like, oh my goodness. That was so funny. Ellie says, laughter is good for your heart.
yes,
And John Gray says laughter is
yes.
medicine. So yeah, we all understand that. And
Mhm.
Mr. Davis was saying that uh, Miss Amanda is, why did it disappear?
The
That
other
Miss
side of
Amanda,
Maya Angelou.
yeah, I lost it. It disappeared out.
Mhm.
There it
There
is.
it
The
is.
other side of Maya Angelou.
Mhm.
So
And
yeah,
she's the youngest so far, youngest ever. Didn't it
yes,
say? Yeah,
youngest ever,
yeah.
youngest ever.
I mean,
And
powerful.
oh my goodness. Really, John Gray, really? He said, she usually laughing at me. Wow.
And also we talked about the unity of the pearls. We talked about gratitude, but laughter. And another thing that we really need to touch on is forgiveness.
Ooh,
Forgiveness.
you said a mouthful there.
Forgiveness.
And you know where forgiveness starts?
Tell us where.
Forgiveness starts with us.
Right.
We carry around guilt and shame for mistakes that we've made and things that we have perceived to be failures. And we act as though we're less than
Mm-hmm.
because we made mistakes.
Mm-hmm.
So when we make mistakes and we do things that are not our proudest moments, our moments to be proud,
Right.
we have to be willing to forgive ourselves.
That's
And
right.
when we're willing to forgive ourselves, then we need to move on and be forgiving to others because, as Pele says, forgiveness is a gift. And that's exactly what it is. It's a
Mm-hmm.
gift. And I see Mr. Williams on there, who was my seventh grade social studies teacher. Hello there, Mr. Williams. Laughter is good. And yes, it's also good for your heart. All
All
right.
right. Absolutely.
So we want to be able to just really think about the power of forgiveness.
Mm-hmm.
And um,
Shalanya.
Shalanya, laughter and forgiveness, love it. And it's so true because honestly, those two things can go together.
Mm-hmm.
They can go together because even when things are hurtful to us, if we
Mm-hmm.
can find a way to find something, some shred, some thread of something funny in it,
Mm-hmm.
it will help us to be able to allow that forgiveness to go deeper into our hearts.
If you change the objective of what you're looking at, and like Wayne Dyer says, change the way you look at things, the things you look at will change.
Yes,
You can find laughter, you can find the forgiveness, and you can find the lesson in everything because we're here. Lessons are taught daily, but we cannot stay lost and stuck on the pain. But we can find the purpose, right? To
yes,
move on in it. And so when I said about forgiveness, and when you get to the point where you forgive yourself and you forgive others, we have to remember that when we say we forgive you or we laugh about it, we have to let it stay there. We can't go back, say, "Oh, I forgive you," but then go back and pull it up.
right, right.
No. And
So
some of us know
true.
to talk to the women. Sometimes we have to really it's a work in progress when you're mad and you're saying, "Okay, I forgive you," and you have to work at not bringing it up again. Because if you say, he said that say it louder. Wait a minute. What did he say loud? I love working with people and talking to people in relationships and understanding that, again, like Dr. Daniel says, your greatest pains and your greatest joys are in relationships. And why? It doesn't matter if it's a family member, a spouse, a working relationship. And that forgiveness and that laughter is all wrapped up in there. And we have to get to a place to where we say, you know what? If I forgive you, I forgive you. It's not meant, the forgiveness is for you. And you don't have to forgive and forget. You just have to forgive it to the place where you're not angry when you think about it.
Right.
Right?
And that takes work. It takes
It takes work.
practice.
It takes
So
work.
when someone hurts you and they hurt you so deeply, I call it gut shots. They hurt you deeply. It's
Mhm,
difficult to forgive, but it's
mhm.
necessary
Right.
because that forgiveness is not for them. It's not giving them a pass. It's not saying, okay, I condone what you did. That's not what forgiveness is. Forgiveness is being able to say, you got me. That hurt. But I'm not going to allow that to change me
Right.
because you hurt me.
Mhm.
And a lot of times people hurt one another. First of all, we know that hurting people hurt others. We do know that. But
Mhm.
the other thing is, many times the person doesn't even know that they have hurt you. So you're walking around harboring that lack of forgiveness for that person, and they don't even have a clue. They have moved on. They don't even know that they hurt you in the first
Mhm.
place. So a big part of forgiveness is actually communication.
Right.
Communication. And when we look at, you mentioned, we were talking about gratitude before. You
Mhm.
can pull gratitude into this too, because when someone does something to hurt you, what you have to start doing is remembering all the good things that they've done, because they probably have done more good,
Oh Lord, you think so? Hold up.
probably have done more
You
good
sure?
than they've done bad. Well, I'm not sure, but in
Look, let me see
many
what that.
cases,
If my water get good.
come on now. Like brushing your teeth. You don't feel like getting up. You're sick. You got to go. Got a lot to do, but you still brush your
Brush your
teeth.
teeth. Yep.
I love that, Miss McGee. That was awesome. Yes, I love it. It takes a whole lot of fasting and praying. Do it for yourself so you can have peace in your mind and heart. That came from Miss Pele. Yes. Look, look, look. Look at this. Watch this.
Can I get a mug?
Can I get a mug? Wow. So
I
as
still,
Mary
I still
says
laughing.
that,
Oh my goodness, laughing at the analogy with the brushing teeth. You right. You got it.
I
Don't
love
you
that.
got to
I'm
do
gonna put
that
that
one.
back up there for us. Well, that's so key.
You know, it's those small things that we we got that we can connect to life, just life moments, just living the small things. Yes, you still got to brush your teeth whether you feel like it or not. So whether
Right.
you feel like it or not, you have to forgive somebody.
I love that. You know, that's consider that borrowed. I'm gonna borrow that one. I like it.
Yes,
Yes. But
absolutely.
and if I tell
Absolutely.
you, there's a movie. It's came out a few years ago. The Shack.
Mm-hmm.
If you get a chance to see The Shack, make it your business to see The Shack. If you're dealing with issues of forgiveness, perfect movie to illustrate forgiveness.
Mm-hmm. I remember a few years ago, I was mad about something, and I was talking to my sister, and I said, "I'm not doing this. I'm not doing that," because usually I'm the one that call, I'm the one that put things together, I'm the one that's doing something. I said, "I'm not doing nothing," and she said to me, "No, you're not, and don't do that. Don't let what they do change who you are."
Yes, say that again.
That stuck with me all these years, and at the time, it didn't register into what it really meant. But as I lived life and as life continued to happen, and as I changed the way I look at things, and when my mind started shifting, I realized that was really powerful because you cannot allow someone else to change who you are by their actions.
Yes, and to take you out of your character. And that's so
Hmm.
often what we do. And it's funny, in church today, Pastor Gray mentioned that the sometimes we get to the point where we say, "Oh, let me put my religion down because you got some things you need to say." Put that
Okay.
up on the shelf. See, that's what forgiveness is about. We have to be willing to forgive so that we don't have that need to change
But
who we are and to put down our religion, to put it up on the shelf.
But can we forgive them after we do all that? Can we take the earrings off, put the religion on the shelf, and then come back and say, "I forgive you"?
And throw it into the sea of forgetfulness, because a lot of times we say, "Oh, I forgive you, but I don't forget it."
There you go.
And you know what? That's not truly forgiveness, because when we are forgiven, when we are truly forgiven, we cast that aside. We cast that aside as, okay, that's money that was spent. We can't get that money back. You know, you have to look at it that way, I think.
I say about lesson is the best lesson.
Yes, yes. Come on now, talk about that.
I'm talking
Yes,
about lesson is the best
absolutely.
lesson when you buy it with your time, you buy it with actually money. But that's the best lesson because if you wasted
Yeah,
your
or you buy
time,
it with your heart. You
there
can
you go.
you can pay for a lesson with
There you go.
your heart and your soul. So yes, absolutely.
And say, okay, we're not gonna go down that path again.
Absolutely.
Well,
So as
ladies,
we are closing in on 50 minutes.
yeah, that's what I was just gonna say, ladies and gentlemen, we surely appreciate you all tuning in for another great conversations of the soul, conversations for the soul. I gotta get it right. Conversations for the soul with Angie and Yashica B, the motivator. We will be here every Sunday at 7 p.m. with juicy topics, great topics. But before we leave, we always have to throw in some. Dr. Angie, we haven't talked about it tonight, is a best-selling author. She
I
has
know
her
people have
children's
books.
book. And she's looking for that book because I put her on the spot. She doesn't. It's a shameless play. She doesn't be looking for this. But when people do good things, we want to make sure that we are always. Well, I try to make sure I always say something or push it, and that's the one of the things that I always say that I'm good at pushing other people and I don't push myself. And sometimes when I look at why am I here, what's my purpose, and that just may be my purpose is to motivate to push others. And mine, it'll come, time will come. I put a lot of stuff on Facebook, with my little sayings and stuff like that, which I think they're really good. My time is coming. And Dr. Angie has written a book. It's a best-selling book, and it's called One Good Sip at a Time. And if you look at our title of Conversations for the Soul, One Good Sip at a Time. And that is how we connected because I had in me sip slow. Her book was One Good Sip at a Time. So I wanted to know a little bit more about that. And that's how we end up speaking about what that meant. So I will let Dr. Andy tell us a little bit about her book. So to pique that interest, and you guys, we can put her contact information across the screen if you're willing to be ready to purchase a book.
There's a message to you.
You're walking. That's another show because that's another hour because I've realized something about myself. And one of my talks is when I talk about paid in full. One of my talks is when I talk about putting a glass ceiling on yourself and always looking at you because everything starts and ends with the decision. And that decision is usually the decision that you made for yourself. If you're acting off of someone else's decision, then that wasn't your decision. That wasn't your life. You live a defaulted life. Dr. Andy talks about that too. But I refuse to live a defaulted life. My life has to be designed. So I will design it. And I do it my way. I hear a lot of things, a lot of people say about because I do so much stuff. I do. Because I'm good at what I do. So it doesn't matter anymore. I'm just for the public to know. I don't care what about, oh, you got your hands in this. I sure do. Because guess what? As long as my hand's in it, the ball don't drop.
Amen. Amen. I love that. I had to put this up here. I know we had moved past this, but my sister had to bring this up, and it's so true. Uh, Brother John gave in speaking, he spoke about if somebody breaks into your house, are you being nice and sweet and talking to them all kind, or are you saying, yo, I'm about to get it in. You're going to protect yours. So she said that in response to the part where I said people want to put their religion on the shelf. So I just wanted to bring that forth because that was funny. But anyway,
We're gonna be sure
anyway,
we're gonna put that on our Facebook page, and also we're gonna put the toothbrush analogy on our Facebook page, so you guys can go back to it. And this will be replaying, of course. It's a replay. We again like and share it to your page. Let other people hear about Conversation for the Soul. These are some really good conversations. They will get even better and better and deeper and deeper. We're touching the surface right about now, but we will get better, better, deeper, deeper. And Dr. Andy, did you put your information in there?
I did. And I need yours.
Yashica B at yashicab.com. And I think I have 4 or 5 Facebook pages.
Oh
Y'all, I'm
my
still trying
God.
to figure this thing out because now I'm Yashica B, Eclectic Me, the motivator. I try to box myself in and it just doesn't work. It just
I
doesn't
have
work.
Yashica B, YASHICAB at yashicab.com. Is that
Yep.
correct?
That's oh wait a minute. No, it's Yashica. Not the B. Yashica at
I'm getting
yashicab.com.
ready to get you, girl. I'm getting ready to get you.
See there, all this technology. That's why I need an assistant.
Yes.
I need an assistant.
Okay, Yashica at yashicab.com. Here we go. Please disregard that other one. I don't know if I can
I think I can do it. I'm over here on
can I erase that? I don't know how to do that. But anyway, just ignore that. We want to go with the correct one.
I just hit it. I just did it.
Okay, perfect. All right. Can you drop that on the screen? Because it's not dropping for me. Oh, there it is.
Mhm.
Yashica at Yashica. And I spelled that one wrong. Oh my gosh.
Which one? Oh, you just left the A out.
Yes.
Yashica at yashicab.com. And I am Yashica B for you on Facebook because there are others. That's interesting. There are other Yashicas.
There we go.
That's right, Esaveria. As long as Yashica B's hands is in it, the ball don't drop. Because if I'm running that show, it's gonna be right and it's gonna be done. And I put in and everything I have into it until it's done, and it's gonna be done good and right.
Yeah, I'm messing up. As the Mary said, we still need Dr.
We see,
Gray.
wow, he
Mary.
left us. You notice that he's not. Where is Dr. Gray?
Dr. Gray said we had it. He said we needed to do it ourselves. So
oh my goodness, he's like the
model from me making
the bird that kicks us from the nest.
Yes,
and make us fly. Make our wing. Okay, we got it.
And look,
there. I tried to get you a raise.
Wow.
I worked 2 weeks ago to get you a raise.
I tell you, people got jokes. But if you are interested in winning this book, because Miss Yashica gave us that wonderful idea last week, I sent the book out. I don't remember who the winner was, but I hope they got it.
I got it.
Who was the winner last week?
The Lasper.
The Lasper, yeah. I don't think she's on here, but I did send her the book.
Hi, Miss Davis.
Yeah, and if you are interested in this, in winning a copy of this, I want you to drop a number in the chat between 1 and 50, and the person who is closest to that number. She could be you write down a number and let them choose the number. You write down a number and whoever's closest to that.
Okay.
Esaveria said, bring it on. What's the game? I love you, Esaveria.
Yeah, we better get out here, y'all, because we're just talking now. But remember, we're here every Sunday night from 7 o'clock, 7-ish. Until we get some kinks worked out. We're still working on these different systems because we were on a different system last week and we're on a different system this week. But we're still here, so we're doing good. Like and share. And when we come on, we love to like and share. We love interaction. We love commenting. We love whatever we do. We've had a very impactful week. We have summits coming up in 2 weeks, 3 weeks. February 20th, where we're all speaking on the Power Talk 2021. Dr. John Gray is putting that one on, and he gave us an opportunity to be on that platform with him. We're grateful. We just finished up a couple. I think Dr. Angie, you spoke last weekend. Is that right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I'm putting Dr. Gray's information in here because that's where we can get the flyer. Because I wasn't prepared to put the flyer up there like that.
Who in the world? Pelly, stop putting numbers on there. I don't know which.
Cheating. She cheated.
She gonna put every number from 1 to 50, but one of those numbers she put on there is actually the number I wrote. And look, I'm gonna tell you, so nobody thinks that wasn't it. See? Can you see it?
I can't see it. Oh, number 3.
Yep. That's what I wrote.
All right, I'm messing up big time. I messed up his email address now. Oh my gosh. drjohnegray.com. And it says they have been putting numbers on there for the last 2 minutes.
That's fraud. I
All
wrote
right,
2.
what number
Oh,
was it? What number was it? She could
it was
be
my number was 3, and so
3. All right, Pele, you have to gift the book because you already read the book. So
yes,
you're gonna have to gift it to somebody, but we will get it out to you.
this was rigged, just like the election, right?
That's
Stop it.
funny because you said 3. Look what I can you see what I wrote?
What you write?
I wrote 36.
See there, multiples of 3. What that tell
Yep.
you? That 3
So
up in there.
we're here. We are together here. Any final questions, final comments that we need to see before we close out? We are about 11 seconds over. We're trying to stick to 1 hour because we want to be respectful of everybody's time. And shout out to Miss Khadijah, who did an interview of Dr. Graham, myself today. It was a wonderful interview. She is a phenomenal interviewer. And I just wanted to give a shout out for her. And it's Entrance You, I believe, is the name of her show.
Somebody didn't tell me about it. I'm just saying.
Yeah. All right. Any questions, concerns? If all hearts and minds are clear, let's go ahead and close out. Yashica B?
Okay. I don't have a whole lot, but just let you know that you do not have to tear down anyone's kingdom while building, excuse me, anyone's empire while building your, I messed it up. Anyone's kingdom while building your empire. God, we can mess up today because there's plenty of room at the top. It's the bottom that's crowded.
Yeah. And be sure to go check out Amanda Gorman. Amanda Gorman. Be sure to check her out this week, sometime this week. That is the for the poem that she recited at the
Camille
inauguration.
Guzman is watching with us. Hi, we don't have to get off. I'm not sure.
Who's watching with us?
Camille Guzman, thank you for tuning in.
All right.
Yes, that's right. There's plenty of room at the top. It's the bottom that's crowded. That's right. So there's plenty of room for all of us to rise.
All right. With that being said, I think
y'all next week.
We'll see you next week. Hopefully 7 o'clock. Hopefully we won't have our technical issues that we've been running into. But like I said, when we have those technical issues, it's just confirmation that we are doing something worthwhile, because otherwise we would be able to just go on very freely with no issues or concerns. So we know that we're doing the right thing, and we know that you're doing the right thing by being here with us. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We are grateful for you. Without you all, there is no conversation. So thank you for joining us.
Thank you. Good night.
Good night.